So, man, do you have... Is it Dr. Pavlov? Yeah. I heard they call him Ivan the Great. Yeah, they say he grew up in a poor field, had a serious accident at 10, but during that time he learned serious systematic observation skills. He has a Nobel Peace Prize, and his study on digestion led to him discovering psychic secretion. I heard this guy's amazing.
All right, you in the back, sit down. All right, now I don't have time today, or any day actually. I won't be teaching you at all. I'll be having my TA, Dr. Watson. He'll be taking care of you. All right, there's two things I want to teach you. There's two things you need to know. First thing, there's two sides of psychology. That's what you're going to learn about in my class, the right side. Another side, probably shouldn't exist. Let's be honest here. Doesn't exist. The correct psychology is the one that is closest to being to natural science. It's the one that is observable and subjectifiable. The psychology focuses on reflexes, as you know, as I know. I mean, I'm a Nobel Peace Prize winner. Anyway, the other side is soft. Soft. I don't even want to be associated with them bums. I'm calling myself a physiologist from now on. Don't deal with it. But don't deal with it. Soft as tissues, which I can't seem to find anywhere, by the way. Sorry, got a little carried away. Anyway, the other side is introspection. It's really unverifiable, unscientificable, all the undables. Stupid. Without further ado, I want to bring in Mr. Dr. Watson, my TA. That'd be all you hear from me. Have a great one. If you need me, contact him. He'll get in touch with me. Oh yeah, and number two, I get a little absent-minded when I'm not in the laboratory. Number two, perfectly brings it up. Be systematic. Be systematic. If you don't remember anything else I'll tell you today, remember this one message. First of all, be systematic. I repeat, be systematic. Train yourself to study be strictly systematic in the acquisition of knowledge. First, study the rudiments of science before attempting to reach any further heights. Never pass the next stage until you have thoroughly, and I mean thoroughly, mastered the one on hand. Last but not least, say it with me.
Be systematic.
All right. Ooh, up high. No. All right, no high five. I'll catch you later. All right, I'll be honest with you guys. He's gone. Only reason I'm up here in New York is to apply my psychology skills to advertisement. I'm trying to make that bank, moolah. I'm here because of the benefits. You know what I'm saying? Got to stay healthy. So I got my good old friend, Dr. B.F. Skinner. He'll be here. He'll guide you through the class for today. But while I'm here, let me reiterate. Be systematic. You all right? You got it? Don't forget that. Psychology ain't psychology unless the day-to-day behavior is objectifiable and observable. Trust me. I've tried the introspection way, and Frankie, it is not it.
It's frankly.
Frankly? You know what? Give me your sunglasses, kid. You think you're cool? Frankly, whatever it is, back to what I was saying. As I know, because I'm the man. Anyway, I've done my time in the classroom and in the laboratory. It's time for me to take my talents to the streets. So without further ado, Dr. B.F. Skinner. And if you don't believe in his credentials and you don't think he knows what he's doing, ask the guy how he remembered to hang his pajamas up.
Dr. Watson later went on to write public writings featured in magazines. He had catchy titles such as The Weakness of Women, What About Your Child? Feed Me Only Facts.
How y'all doing? I'll be systematic. I see Sir Ivan the Great was here. Yeah, he ACA's when I call him that too. Anyway, I'm just gonna be here to tell you guys a little bit about myself. As you know, my name is Dr. B.F. Skinner. That's where I'll start. I mean, I figure you guys will get enough instruction throughout the year, so I'll just tell you about myself and my accomplishments because I'd like to talk about myself. So let's begin here. I got 2 responses. Okay. Oh, as I was saying, I'm Dr. B.F. Skinner. I grew up in a small town called Susquehanna. No, the pajama on the hook thing, it's simple. It's just a simple pulley system. I had my pajamas on the hook. Sign would be over the door. Take my pajamas off. That sign's in front of the door. It says, hang your pajamas up. Pretty simple. 7 responses that time. I like it. So when I went to college, I took a little bio, took a little philosophy. It kind of led me down this psychology path. But before I got there, I had this huge passion for writing. A huge passion. And I would write, really into literature. And suddenly I just had this huge, I guess you want to call it writer's block in the least. Went through really bad times then, really almost went to see a psychiatrist myself. And, what helped me get through that was Ivan's the Great, his book, and Dr. Watson. They both had these books, and they really helped me push through this writer's block and decided to go down this path of behavioral psychology. And because of them. And so I'm also grateful to nice, the whole class this time. All right. Well, let me be honest. You guys are a part of this mini experiment. So this is what happens. I'm gonna be honest. You guys are part of this mini experiment. Although this experiment had many flaws, I conditioned you to respond to my class. Well, what you notice, as I did my experiment with the mice, as you know, remember they push the lever, get the food. Continue to push the lever, you continue to get the food. You guys were conditioned to follow my clap because, as you saw, when I first started, it made me sad. Then I got happy, and the whole class joined because you wanted to continue to see my happiness. Although this is not a great example, this is the closest thing I could get to help you understand that when you want rewards, you continue to push an action and push an action and push an action to get that reward. But when there's punishment to that action, because there's always consequences to your action, that action will decrease and begin to come back. You will not continue to do the action anymore. As simple as that. Hey everybody, hope you enjoyed the video. I kind of enjoyed this article because, we kind of had a discussion about this psychology was, being torn between the natural science and being subjective and objective and all that. And so it was nice to kind of get deeper into it, look at some other perspectives on it. I was really interested in looking at Ivan's perspective on what higher brain functioning is, and how he looks at it just as an expansion of reflexes. I found that the most interesting. I guess my questions, out of the 3 magazine titles, The Weakness of Women, What About Your Child, and Feed Me Facts, which one of those would you like to read the most and why? And the second one, we always like those quotes and comment. Pick a quote, put it down low, and tell me about it or not.